Hello there, good people of the world. Welcome to another video and stream. We're gonna continue the Pacific Edge tour tonight. So last time we ended up, I was flying with Skinny again. Last time we ended up in Monterey, at Monterey Regional. We are on our way to South California, so the next stops will be in the area of probably here at this is San Luis Obispo, and then there's going to be Santa Barbara, and then Los Angeles, and so forth. So I think that tonight we might be able to do it to get to Santa Barbara, which is a nice place, by the way. I've been there personally. Well, let's go. Let's just load up the simulator and get the show on the road. I already picked the right airport. Now let's pick a proper parking position. What kind of positions do we have here? It's a very crowded airport, actually. Now let's take a small ramp. And there are short runways here, 28. This is a small runway, actually. Set as departure. Today I have selected and configured a Kodiak variant, which...
At 5. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, solid overcast at 2400 feet.
What was that? It started ATIS. I didn't want that. So, we're looking at a
sky conditions, solid
fuck's
overcast
sake.
at 2400 feet. Temperature 17. Dew point 7. Altimeter 3019er. Density altitude 0 feet. Arriving and departing runways 26, 31. Advise on initial contact. You have information echo. Salinas Municipal Airport.
What is
information
it?
Echo.
Why are you
1753 Zulu. Wind 305 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, solid overcast at 2400 feet.
He won't stop
17.
talking.
Dew point 7. Altimeter 3019er. Density altitude 0.
I just did an update of say intentions. I think it's broken. It started talking without me selecting any kind of frequency. It started automatically. I don't know why. So today we have a special. As you can see, we've got a special edition of the Kodiak 100, which is called. This is a certain livery, a certain layout setup, which is called the Summit Interior, and we've got some passengers in here. They're going to be flying in style and with a very comfortable seats. These good people. So, yeah, let's go ahead and start this thing up. Yada, yada, yada. Stop moaning. Turn everything off. Levers are pulled back. That's all right. So let's look for the NG value. It's above 20, and then we can start to introduce the fuel as usual. Okay, so the values have settled in. it seems then we can turn this off, and this on standby. We can turn on generator and all alternator. We can turn off the beacons, blah blah blah, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure about pitot heat. We're gonna get we're gonna get a message from the aircraft if we need to turn it on. I've learned a couple of new things. What I actually did was buy a little Kodiak course from somebody who's flying the Kodiak basically probably on a daily basis, and you also probably know this guy, which is his name is Ryan Farron. He's the missionary bush pilot, and I took a look at his course, and I learned a couple of new things that are not relevant for the simulator, but I like to see how things work in reality. So one of the things that you should be doing at the beginning, once you if you actually take off, you should put in some rudder trim, because I mean, this is something that I recognized while taking off myself. The Kodiak pulls to the left quite a lot. So what you can do is to counteract that with rudder trim. So you're not gonna have to push as hard on the right rudder to keep it on the center line. That's one of the things that you can do. The other one was that I should not be turning on generator and alternator before the engine actually runs. That does make sense, but you gotta keep that in mind, and you're gonna think about it. Yeah, but that's basically it. That's one of the few things that I learned. Apart from that, I have to say that, I mean, Ryan, his course is nice, but it's short, and you're actually paying, if it's not discounted, you pay a lot of money for it, and I do not think that the course is worth the money if it's not discounted, because you're not getting a whole lot from it. I bought it discounted, so I paid like $25. That's alright with me. I could pull something out of it for myself, but I don't think it's worth $50, which it usually costs. So with that said, I think I'm gonna make a review about the course on the website, on this on the flightsimsafaris.com website. Not sure when I'm gonna do this, but pretty soon, I guess, before it gets old. So yeah, we want to go to Santa Barbara. We're gonna put this into the flight planning. Santa Barbara, which is Kilo Sierra Bravo Alpha. And I would like to try something that I've learned in the course as well, which was direct to Kilo. Wait a minute. Kilo Sierra. Where is it? Come on. Show me. Kilo Sierra Bravo Alpha. There we go. Enter. Activate. And then I should actually be able to... Wait a minute. I need to change the layout. One of the things that I wanted to do is... weather radar. That's not what I wanted to do. I think this is it, what I was looking for. Map options. Nope. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I wanted to I wanted to change the layout. Map settings, there we go. Is that it? Nope. That's not it. Well, what the heck. So, let's go ahead and talk to ATC, I would say. Let's listen to ATIS once again.
Density altitude 100 feet. Arriving and departing runways 28 left, 28 right. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Advise on initial contact you have information Juliet. Monterey Peninsula Airport, information Juliet. 1754 Zulu. Wind 315 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, solid overcast at 1500 feet.
Okay.
Temperature 16.
We're going to stay below.
2.11. Altimeter 3020. Density altitude 100 feet. Arriving and departing runways 28 left, 28 right. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Advise on initial contact you have information Juliet. Monterey Peninsula Airport, information Juliet. 1754 Zulu. Wind 315 at 5. Visibility 10.
Yeah, okay, so let's switch to the ground frequency and say hello to the ground guys. Monterey ground, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, good afternoon. Monterey ground, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta is on ramp. Request VFR to Santa Barbara at 1200 feet. Southbound departure with information Juliet.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta on departure. Maintain VFR at or below 1200 feet. Departure on 127.15. Squawk 6462.
Okay, I think there is a problem with say intentions. It seems to have some new bugs, which is a pity actually. Crying out loud. Monterey ground, please repeat your last message, Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta on departure. Maintain VFR at or below 1200 feet. Departure on 127.15. Squawk 6462.
VFR at or below 1200, departure 127.15, squawk 6462, Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, read back correct.
Okay, we're going to set the altitude to 1200. There we go. We can do something like this, and we're going to fly runway heading initially. And after that, we can also activate yaw dampers. So, yeah, departure on 127, blah, blah, blah. That's it. Monterey ground, Kodiak Delta, Foxtrot Delta, request taxi to the active.
Kodiak Delta, Foxtrot Delta, taxi to runway 28 right via Charlie.
28 right via Charlie, Delta, Foxtrot Delta. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at the airport chart real quick. Yep, that's the short runway. That's good. That's nice. We don't need the big one. So I think we're almost good to go. Let's put the prop full forward. Let's make a quick run over the checklist. It is, we did that. Radios, we did that. Autopilot, we did that. Check controls. Make sure everything is working as intended. Yes, it does. It seems like all that shit. Lower the flaps. Transponder, we did that. Taxi lights are on. We did get clearance to taxi, so let's roll. What is happening? Okay, it's moving. Okay, the weather does not look great today, but maybe if we stay below 1,500 feet, we might get out of this soup and then find us some nicer weather along the way. Who the hell knows? Well, I should be knowing it, but that's just me. Not making my preparations. Oh, I forgot music. We're gonna hold short at the runway and turn on some smooth jazz. Some Bay Area jazz. Which is not really Bay Area jazz, otherwise it would be copyright restricted. But I cannot afford some stupid lawsuit, so I'm going to try to follow the rules. This shit show of an institution called the music industry. So let's stop short here for a second. Call up the music. Where is it? Where is it? Library. Show me my library. Okay, so let's see. We can already go ahead and turn off the taxi light and put on the landing lights. Holy crap, Lord. Trim is good. Let's see. Pitot heat, we don't need that. Altimeter is a good idea. Flaps 20, we can do that. Elevated trim we did. Strobe on, landing lights, taxi lights, talk to ADC. Let's switch to the tower frequency. Monterey Tower, Kodiak Delta, Foxtrot Delta. Request. No, I'm sorry. Holding short, runway 28 right, southbound departure. I should be requesting takeoff.
Kodiak, November Delta, Foxtrot Delta, Monterey Tower, runway 28 right, winds 285 at 4, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 28 right, cleared for takeoff. Delta Foxtrot Delta. Nobody's coming in, as it seems. That's the small and short runway. Make sure that the brakes are working as advertised. Yes, they do. And let's go. I forgot the right rudder trim. I don't really need it desperately, but so we're flying runway heading. Holy Lord in heaven. Now let's make a right turn. And we don't want to climb any higher than
Kodiak Delta, Foxtrot Delta, contact departure.
What is this thing doing? Nope, you autopilot piece of shit. Contacting departure, Kodiak Delta, Foxtrot Delta, good day. Monterey departure, Kodiak Delta, Foxtrot Delta, departure.
Kodiak, November Delta, Foxtrot Delta, Monterey departure, radar contact.
What is this thing doing again? It is running us into the ground. That at least it's doing. How about you follow the assigned flight path? How about that?
500.
We can reduce the RPM to 2000. Here we go. Actually, the default, the suggestion from DeHer, from Quest Aviation, or DeHer, which Quest was bought up by
500.
DeHer. They're saying that you should be flying this thing with 1900 RPM. There are others who fly it with 2000, so we're going to stick to 2000. And I think we should be flying manually here, otherwise we're going to crash into the mountains. But I think that the ATIS wasn't right necessarily. The clouds are not at 1,500 feet, as you can see, they're higher. Okay, I think we're going to stay at 2.5. That should be good enough for now. Let's pull back on the torque a little.
500.
And hope the autopilot is not going to crash us into the mountain. I'm not sure about that. Right here. At least we have Bitching Biddy, who's warning us. The valley up ahead looks very, very nice. Great looking hills here. But you know what? I think we're gonna fly over to. I really do like these hills, but I love the coastline even better, even more. So what we're gonna do is, first of all, fly heading, and then let's just fly west for a little while to intercept the coastline, and then follow the coastline. That seems to be a very small airport down there, or some kind of, I don't know. Is that an airport, an actual? No, doesn't seem like it, but it looks like one. Maybe a glider airport.
500.
Let's switch to heading and activate the autopilot. I think we're gonna have to go into the clouds at least for a little while until we've reached the coastline. Maybe we can snake our way through the valleys here. That might be fun. And stay below the cloud cover. Yeah, that might actually work. Let's take a look at the topography here. Nah, it won't work. This is a dead end. But we're gonna fly there anyway, because it's fun. Right there ahead of us, this is the ocean already, so we probably let's fly through this gap here, and then we should be good to go. Massive cloud formations up ahead. We are at 3,600 right now. I think that we can put the autopilot to like 3,000, then that's alright. That is, yeah, that looks good. Let's fly heading for a minute. And then we can start to make a left turn.
At our 2 o'clock, just a mile away, we've got the Andrew Malera State Park. It's a lovely place with a beach and a campground. Now, Toby once tried to camp there, but he somehow ended up pitching his tent on the beach itself. He woke up to the tide coming in and had to make a hasty retreat, dragging his soggy sleeping bag behind him. It's a wonder he didn't end up in the ocean.
I forgot about her. Well, look at this coastline. If that's not beautiful, I don't know what is. But I really would like to check out if we have some other tour guide. Let's talk to Joff. What is happening? Why is this thing so slow? Oh, I forgot. Okay, since I did switch my, which button should I be pressing? Holy Lord in heavenly heaven. Do-de-do-de-do-de-do. I don't need those. Nice hiking paths here, actually. Look at all these nice little walkways. I'm not sure if we can actually see the radar stuff. It's not showing anything severe on the radar, but if I look to my left, that looks pretty juicy. I'm not sure why this is not showing up on the radar, but it doesn't matter. Look at the weather up ahead, it's beautiful. That's good enough for me. We're gonna fly through an area which actually is restricted, really, in the real world, because there is the U.S. Army Garrison Fort Hunter Liggett, and I think it would not be appropriate to fly through there if this was a real world. Fortunately, it's only a simulator. I think that the highway down here is probably an extraordinary road to follow. You know what, I think I'm gonna call it a day at San Luis County Regional, because I'm tired. We're going to switch to a different approach here. Kilo Sierra Bravo Kappa. Kilo Sierra Bravo Kappa. Yep, there we go. And we're gonna raise our altitude to like 6,000 feet. I would say might be a good altitude. And then try to make a proper approach. Procedure, select approach. What do we have available? So that is runway 11. That makes sense. Use this one here. Enter. Let's see. Initial approach takes either Callus or Lugve. Where is Callus and where is Lugve? Yeah, let's pick Callus. That's good enough for us. Enter. Enter. Activate. Yep. And then let's see. What I want to do is activate approach. Enter. Go ahead. It should be tracking Callus, but what I really wanted to do is flight plan. Here we go. And now we can see what kind of altitude we're supposed to be at which point. That's nice. That's what I was looking for all the time. That's something that I learned from the videos from Ryan. That was pretty good, I would say. Something is wrong with the autopilot right now. It's desperately trying to get us killed. But we're heavy, actually. We're heavy. I forgot about that. We've got a whole load of passengers.
At our 2 o'clock, about 3 miles out, you'll spot Limekiln State Park. This gem of a park is nestled along the Big Sur coast and is known for its stunning redwood forests and picturesque waterfalls. The park gets its name from the historic lime kilns that were used in the late 19th century to produce lime for cement, which was a booming industry at the time. These kilns are still present in the park and serve as a reminder of the area's industrial past. Visitors to the park enjoy hiking through the lush trails, camping under the towering redwoods, and exploring the beautiful Limekiln Creek. It's a fantastic spot for nature enthusiasts and history buffs alike.
No, we're talking. I'm still trying to get to grips with this G1000. Monterey departure, transfer.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, contact NorCal approach on 127.15.
127.15 for Delta Foxtrot Delta. NorCal approach, Delta Foxtrot Delta. Hello, good afternoon.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, good afternoon. Radar contact established, altimeter 30.15.
Altimeter 0, correction, 30.15 Delta Foxtrot Delta. So something else that I've learned is how to switch between QNH and barometer altimeter. So I'm going to activate this real quick, make sure that we have the right values settled in. But here you can see you can switch between this. This is the barometer, altimeter kind of stuff, and then you can switch between the between this. There's a standard barometer. That's not what I was looking for. The units, you can either have this hectopascal, I think, that's the QNH value, and then you can have the other value, which is this. So that's what I was looking for a couple of days ago. It's good to know how to switch it. Beautiful California. I like this kind of landscape. There are other people that I know of who kind of despise this desert-like appearance, but I find it beautiful. I think when it comes to terrain and the actual landscape and the environment, I think this is one of the greatest areas to live in, because you've basically got everything. You've got the Pacific Ocean, you've got mountains, you've got nature in all kinds of variants. You've got desert, you've got sand, you've got rocks and all that, and you've got forests, basically everything. There's a lot of turbulence in the air right now. We've got tailwind of 14 knots. I would like to switch to a different wind display so I can see we've got actually got 5 winds of tail. We've got 5 knots of tailwind and like 10 knots of crosswind. We can see that where the plane is actually flying at, where the nose is being pointed at. So we're flying sideways a little bit. Let's just make sure we're not being followed today. No, I cannot see Skinny today. He doesn't sneak up on us today, for once. So I think Santa Barbara should have a tower. Yes, it does. We can listen into ATIS and put in the frequency real quick. intercom number 2.
300 feet. Solid overcast at 6500 feet. Temperature 18. Dew point 11.
120.6.
Density altitude 200 feet. Arriving and departing runways 26, 31. Advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot.
Ivety in vicinity of airport.
So
Advise
that's
on
our
initial
destination.
contact, you have
ATIS.
information whiskey. San
Got
Luis
whiskey.
County Regional Airport. Information whiskey. 1856 Zulu. Wind 320 at 13. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 19er. Dew point 10. Altimeter 3012. Density altitude 500 feet. Arriving and departing runways 29er, 25. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Advise on initial contact you have information whiskey. San Luis County Regional Airport. Information whiskey.
Okay,
1856 Zulu.
let's switch
Wind
back to
320
COM1.
at 13. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, clear.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, contact Oakland, departure on 127.15.
127.15 for Delta Foxtrot Delta. Oakland departure, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta transfer.
Kodiak November Delta Foxtrot Delta Oakland departure. Good afternoon, San Simeon altimeter 30.12.
Altimeter 30.12 Delta Foxtrot Delta. Oh look, there's a little airport down there. "17 miles to go for the initial approach fix." Oh, what is this? This looks like a little castle or something. Yep. That might be a little castle.
At our 1 o'clock, about 3 miles out, you can catch a glimpse of the William R. Hearst Memorial State Beach. This scenic spot is not just a beach, it's a historical site that offers a peek into California's past. Named after the famous newspaper magnate William Randolph Hearst, the beach is part of the larger Hearst Castle estate, which was developed in the early 20th century. The beach itself is a popular spot for picnicking, fishing and kayaking, attracting both locals and tourists who enjoy its serene beauty and the backdrop of the Santa Lucia Mountains. It's a great place to imagine the grandeur of the early 1900s when Hearst entertained Hollywood's elite at his nearby castle. The beach is also a fantastic spot for wildlife enthusiasts, as you might spot sea otters and seals basking in the sun. It's a perfect blend of natural beauty and historical intrigue.
Okay, nice, but I want to see that castle. I'm gonna have to descend here and take a look at the castle. What place is this? Is that a hotel or something? There's an active pause. I just wanted to take a screenshot of this place. I'm not sure what it really is, but let's take a look. What this might be. That's Lone Hill Tree. No, that is Casa Grande, Casa del Monte, Casa del Mar, Hearst Castle. Hearst Castle. That's a castle for Mr. Hearst. We're going to stay at 3,400 and skip the first waypoint. I need a new button to talk to my fellow idiots inside the cabin. Which button am I gonna take? I don't know. There are so many of them.
At our 11 o'clock, just a mile away, you'll see San Simeon Park Leffingwell landing. This picturesque spot is a favourite among locals and visitors alike for its stunning coastal views and serene atmosphere. The landing is part of the larger San Simeon State Park and offers a unique glimpse into the natural beauty of California's coastline. Historically, this area was used by the indigenous Chumash people, who thrived along these shores for thousands of years. Today, it's a perfect spot for a picnic or a leisurely stroll along the beach, where you might even spot some marine wildlife like seals or dolphins. The park's trails offer breathtaking views of the Pacific Ocean, making it a must-see for anyone flying over this region. It's a great reminder of the untouched beauty that California's central coast has to offer.
Okay.
Thank you for the acknowledgement.
What can you tell me about Hearst Castle?
Hearst Castle, located near San Simeon, California, is a magnificent estate built by newspaper magnate William Randolph Hearst in the early 20th century. Designed by architect Julia Morgan, the castle features 165 rooms and 123 acres of gardens, terraces, pools and walkways. It's known for its opulent architecture and art collection, including works by European masters and ancient artifacts. The estate was a social hub for Hollywood's elite during Hearst's time, hosting lavish parties and gatherings. Today it's a popular tourist attraction, offering a glimpse into the extravagant lifestyle of one of America's most influential figures.
Four miles to go until the initial approach phase. At some point we're going to be able to, as you can see right there, that's the diamond. We're going to be able to fly the glide slope later on. How very nice. Baby, you are so nice, so nice, so nice, baby. Here we go to do the left turn. It is fine and beautiful. There is so much beautiness in the world of shitless, baby. So wonderful, so raven, Willula. Shalula, baby, holy crap, Lord. He was basically Balulala. Let's hit the approach button and make sure that we intercept the glide slope once it is in
Kodiak Delta, Foxtrot Delta.
Yep.
Contact Santa Barbara. Departure on 127.725.
127.725 for Delta Foxtrot Delta. Good day. Santa Barbara departure, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta. Good afternoon, transfer.
Kodiak November Delta Foxtrot Delta Santa Barbara departure. Good afternoon, KMRY altimeter 30.12.
Altimeter 30.12 Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta. Delta Foxtrot Delta would like to request a new destination, which is Kilo nice. What did I put in? Frickin' ass bit. Oh, baby.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, new destination acknowledged. Proceed to destination Kilo nice.
I broke the system. I'm
At
sorry.
our 1 o'clock, about 3 miles out, you'll see the impressive Morro Rock Natural Preserve. This iconic volcanic plug stands at 581 feet tall and is one of the 9 sisters of San Luis Obispo County, a chain of ancient volcanic peaks. Morro Rock was first sighted by Portuguese explorer Juan Rodrigues Cabrillo in 1542, who named it El Morro due to its crown-like shape. Historically, it served as a navigational aid for mariners, and today it's a protected landmark home to the endangered peregrine falcon. The rock is a popular spot for birdwatching and photography, offering stunning views of the Pacific Ocean and the surrounding coastline. It's a natural wonder that captures the rugged beauty of California's central coast.
Okay, that's nice. So nice, baby, baby. Now we're getting there. Ah, there we go. The diamond is turned pink. Let's reduce the speed. Our usual approach speed are 110 knots. Santa Barbara departure, new destination for Delta Foxtrot Delta is San Luis County Regional Kilo Sierra Bravo Papa.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, new destination San Luis County Regional KSBP acknowledged. Proceed as requested.
Affirmative, Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, affirmative.
Affirmative. I'm going to turn off the labels here because, oh man. Because I do not find them very helpful. Let's try to keep the speed at around 110 knots. We can see the runway already. It's down here. There we go.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, transition to the San Luis Obispo. Delta is approved. Remain this frequency.
Transition to San Luis Obispo Delta is approved. I will remain on the frequency Delta Foxtrot Delta. I think we're going to switch to the tower frequency, otherwise this is going to be one hell of a lollipop bag. Kodiak, hello there, San Luis County Tower, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, inbound for landing, runway 11 on final. Hello, welcome, nice to meet you.
Enjoying the beautiful California landscape, the park is surrounded by rolling hills and provides stunning views of the surrounding area, making it a perfect place for a leisurely stroll or a family outing. It's a wonderful example of the natural beauty that this region has to offer, and a great place to unwind and
November Delta Foxtrot Delta, San Luis Tower, enter left downwind for runway 29er.
Negative.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, winds 320 at 13 gusting 21, runway 29er cleared to land.
Oh no, I'm gonna land on runway 11. Negative, negative for 29, negative.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, winds 320 at 13 gusting 21, runway 11 cleared to land. Caution bird activity.
Bird activity requested. There was a little bit of added super to-do. Thank you very much.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta Roger, runway 11 cleared to land. Caution bird activity.
Yep, got it.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, winds 320 at 13 gusting 21, runway 11 cleared to land.
Got it. Yep, there were birds in the air. We could actually see them.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, runway 11 cleared to land. I need you to read back the runway number and clearance.
You're one fine fellow.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, thank you, appreciate it. Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, welcome to San Luis. Contact ground on 121.6.
Of course I will.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, contact ground on 121.6.
Hello there. How are you guys doing? What's going on here?
Kodiak November Delta Foxtrot Delta, San Luis ground. Hello, we're doing well, thank you. How can we assist you today?
Well, I would like some chocolate ice cream. I have set down my bird on the runway and I didn't break it for once. That was nice. How about you?
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, taxi to parking via Alpha. Contact ramp on 119.99er for ground services.
I will do that. Thank you very much for the suggestion. Good night. Okay, let's turn it off. So that was our little... Yep. That was our little, yep. That was our little, yep. Thank you so much for watching. It was a pleasure, as always. See you soon.